So this is called real shit. That's the name of what I know I miss. I don't rap anymore because no one's trying to listen. Even if they were, who wants the responsibility of that position? See, pardon my language, but rappers be fucking up. Making music for house parties, talking about Bacardi and the whips they're mashing and the music they're bumping. Well, I'm right here. Right. Trying to save some lives. I know what's important, but somehow I'm still blind, and I can't help but fear everyone will get annoyed by my voice, because growing up, everyone said I made too much noise. And then I found poetry. A chance to say something. And not just some bullshit, but actually have some meaning if you're lucky or smart enough to put some time into your craft. I know too many artists too subconscious about what they did in the past. But really, I'm no better. Just conscious and careful. Seems like at all the poetry slam, judges are looking for a staple, and if a steeple is your people, your peers will tend to be deceitful, telling you how great it is when they know religion doesn't really score well. Then again, why? Who cares about the scores? But then again, why compete if you honestly don't want more? And as I say this, I know that important shit is happening. But in my life, I go through things. And in my poetry, they're missing. It's probably why I never let my parents hear it. Why I really don't bring them to my slams either. I know that if they saw one, they'd be proud, but I can't remember the last time I wrote some real shit down. It's probably my poem about God. I don't pray anymore, so that's the only time me and him talk. Performed it for a group of high school kids. I didn't even expect them to respond, but one did. He was pissed. Guess his God doesn't play that shit. Locked and loaded, as if weapons coated with God are more silenced. I want to tell him about silence. I hope that's not the only thing he would take to heart. I tell him not to remember me for my scars, but remember that I found the courage to show them. Remember that someone cared enough to show me how to use a pen. Remember, most rappers are black. Most rappers are remember that most rappers are black. Most rappers are confident that if you can write it, you should highlight it in your rhyme book. See, most black men are fucked in this country. And you may not see this truth because they've learned to keep it tucked under a front. Whether that's in their teeth, on their neck, car rims, or in a check, they've learned that their pain can be healed by keeping money on deck. And they learned that from rappers, who learned that from rappers, who learned that from labels that took consumerism and plastered it onto the image of a happy black man. Call it swag because some white assholes got us in a bag. When all they look up to are black men playing sports, dealing drugs, or rapping. They give a name to that shit. They call it the trap. And you might not know the start of this and label it ignorance. I call it the target market. This isn't about hip-hop or about the music industry. It's about the fact that the future of the arts in general looks bleak. For the kids, it's getting worse because our education system is poor. Our country's getting weak. We learn from each other, but no one wants to teach, so we get role models that emulate their role models exactly. I watch them laugh at Tina and Ike, then practically crucify Chris and Rihanna for fighting. So I'm just here, writing, trying to save some lives. And sometimes the people that tell me that I do are the only real reason I feel alive.